Hello student, today's topic is artist and realism. Formal education was not the only way through which humanists shaped the minds of their age. Art, architecture and books were wonderfully effective in transmitting humanist ideas. Artists were inspired by studying works of the past. The material remains of Roman culture were sought with as much excitement as ancient texts. 1,000 years after the fall of Rome, fragments of art were discovered in the ruins of ancient Rome and other deserted cities. Their admiration for the figures of perfectly proportioned men and women sculpted so many centuries ago made Italian sculpture want to continue that traditions. In 1416, Donatello broke new ground with his lifelike statues. Artists concerned to be accurate was helped by the work of scientists. To study bone structures, artists went to the laboratories of medical schools. Andreas Vesalius, a Belgian and a professor of medicine at the University of Padua, was the first to dissect the human body. This was the beginning of modern psychology. Painters did not have older works to use as a model, but they liked sculpture painted as realistically as possible. They found that a knowledge of geometry helped them understand perspective, and that by noting the changing quality of light, their pictures acquired a three-dimensional quality. The use of oil as a medium for painting also gave a greater richness of color to paintings than before. In the colors and design of customers in many paintings, there is evidence of the influence of Chinese and Persian art made available to them by the Mongols. Thus, anatomy, geometry, physics, as well as a strong sense of what was beautiful, gave a new quality to Italian art, which was to be called realism and which continued till the 19th century. Now, the next topic is architecture. The city of Rome revived in a spectacular way in the 15th century. From 1417, the popes were politically stronger because the weakness caused by the election of two rival popes since 1378 had ended. They actively encouraged the study of Rome's history. The ruins in Rome were carefully excavated by archaeologists. This inspired a new style in architecture, which was actually a revival of the imperial Roman style, now called classical. Popes, wealthy merchants, and aristocrats employed architects who were familiar with classical architecture. Artists and sculptors were also do, to decorate buildings with paintings, sculptures, and reliefs. Some individuals were skilled equally as painters, sculpture, and architects. The most impressive example is Michelangelo. Buonarroti, immortalized by the ceiling he painted for the Pope in the Sistine Chapel. The dome of the St. Peter's Church, all in Rome. Filippo Brunelleschi, the architect who designed the spectacular Duomo of Florence, had started his career as a sculptor. Another remarkable change was that from this time artists were known individually by name, not as member of a group or a guild as earlier.